Hi, Terry here. Welcome to Yogata Girls, beginner basics session 5. So this is a really great day because we're getting to the floor today. And whenever we get to the floor in a practice, it's like, for me, it's like, So join me, will you please? Put on something comfortable. And let's see. I think what I want to do is start in a bit of a locust position. So we're going to be on our bellies. And I want you to put your hands on top of each other. Can you see my hands? I'm not sure you can see my hands, but they're just stacked on top of each other. Good. Now, bring your forehead down to your hands. Breathe in and breathe out. Just keep breathing in and out and imagine that we have completed all the standing poses you've learned in the first 4 sessions. And now we've gotten down to the floor, and really and truly, it's a time to just start to really slow down your breath, enjoy. It takes us to the end of the class, and I think you'll really like it. So your hands are stacked, your forehead is on your hands. I want you to take your feet pretty wide, press into every toe. Continue breathing in and out. And on an inhale, hands and forehead come up. Feet just stay on the mat, pressing down into the mat. This is a lower back lift. So you feel this in your lower back. If you feel it more than you want to, come down a little bit further. You can be 1 inch off the mat. That's enough. Or if you want more, you can lift your legs. Press into your hip bones and come down, breathe out. Oh, turn your head to one side. Bend your knees and just windshield wiper your feet from side to side to release your low back a little bit. Breathing in and breathing out. Now we're going to come to a bow, and we're going to do bow on each side. So place your left arm across, just like this, across the front of your mat. You're on your belly. Bend your knees. Flex your feet like you're, I'm going to turn sideways. Flex your feet like you're standing on the ceiling. Left arm is bent out in front of you. Go ahead and reach around with your right hand and grab anything you can on your leg, your foot. Now, let's say that that's not possible for you today. That's fine. Grab a belt, or I like to use the belt of my robe. Something that's long, and like a tie would work. And then go ahead and loop it around your leg and hold on to the belt or the tie. But let's say you've reached your leg. Press into your front forearm. You're feeling this. You're coming up as far as you want to. Just your right leg's raised now. Breathing in, breathing out. Again, you can be way down low. It doesn't matter. Just do what you can. Feeling this in your low back. And release. Breathe in. Breathe out. Go ahead, take your right hand down. Lift your left leg up. Same thing. So pressing into your right arm, looking straight ahead, long neck. Lift your back leg. Lift your heart as far as you want to. Feel it in your low back. Don't ever let it be anything more than a sensation. Come down. Come to the other ear. Windshield wiper your legs side to side. So that's a back bend on your belly. And another back bend, I'm going to stay sideways, is when you come onto your back. Come onto your back. Take your feet hips distance apart. We're going to come into bridge. You can do a couple things with your hands. One I like to do is place your forearms down on your mat. Widen your fingers like they're really awake. And then as you breathe out, press your low back into the mat. And as you breathe in, pressing into your arms, pressing into everything in your feet, your arms, the back of your head that's nice and long. Just lift your hips as far as you can. As far as you can. Okay, good. Breathing in and out and in and out. This is your bridge. This is another back bend. Want to keep your head straight ahead. Your head straight ahead. Keep your gaze and your head lined up. Don't turn your head side to side in bridge. Don't want to mess with your neck. And then when you're ready, just upper back, middle back, lower back. Come down. We're going to come into a resting pose that we've done before, which is called Supta Baddha Konasana, where you can bring the soles of your feet together and let your legs splay out and breathe. And if that's a little bit too much on your hips, one that I really like is to take my knees together. Take your feet about the distance of your mat and press your low back into the mat like that. So this is a resting pose, either knees knocked together or Supta Baddha Konasana, which just is a fancy way of saying your feet are together, your legs are open. Take a few breaths here. Every now and then at this point we'll do some core work. So one of the things that we like to teach is that you bring your palms underneath your bum, face down, bring your legs all the way up in the air, and I believe I've taught this on one of the earlier videos as well. As you press into your low back, you just lower your legs to the extent that your low back is still pressing into the mat. Now maybe for you that's way up high, maybe it's a lot lower, but when you find your low back lifting, stop there and just kick your legs in a flutter kick. Breathing in, breathing out. You can lift your head and look at your legs. You ought to feel this in your core. Excellent. Bring your knees into your chest. Another one we like to do is bicycle. So you'll stick your right leg out. Send your right leg out. Don't stick it out. Send it out. Take your hands behind your head. Your left knee is bent over your hip. Your head is resting in your arms. So your hands. So you're looking up. And using your core, by engaging your core muscles, you just turn your right elbow towards your left knee. Come back. Change legs. Bring your left elbow towards your right knee. Extend again. Left knee. Extend again. So you've done bicycles before, I imagine. The key with these yoga ones is not to bring your knee in any closer than your hip. So you want to keep your knee out over your hip and reach for your knee. You don't have to reach it. Okay, come on down. Hug your knees into your chest. Rock side to side. Should feel good. Nice, free lower back massage. Another thing we really like to teach is a hip opener. There's two ways you can go at it. I'm going to show you the first way, and if that feels uncomfortable to you in any way, then I want you to try the second way. They both work equally well. So you're in downward facing dog. Breathing in and out. You lift your right leg to the sky, just about halfway up. Then you bend your right knee and draw your right knee in behind your right wrist. Okay. Now your right foot can be way back. It does not have to be up parallel to the front of your mat. Matter of fact, for me, it still doesn't work that way. If you feel any tweaking in your right knee, you want to drag that right foot back. Now, if this is all right for you, and this pose is working, go ahead and stay with me. Otherwise, I'm going to teach a different one in just a moment. So let's say this is working. You're flexing your right toes so that you don't feel any kind of pain in your right knee, and you're straight ahead. This is my favorite pose. It's called pigeon. You roll down, and you feel this in your right hip. Now you can stay up like this, or you can come down all the way till your forehead is on a block or a stack of books or the mat or a pillow. and you breathe. So it's a letting go pose, and you really want to concentrate on letting go. Just let your breath flow. We'll hold it usually for 3 or 4 breaths, and then we press back up, and we send that leg back up into the sky, and we just go ahead and move that hip around a little bit, make some circles with your leg. Now, let's say that's not going to work. That's not your thing. Then I want you to lie down on your back. Of course, we do that on both sides. This time I'm going to show you on the left leg what we would do, so we'll even out. We'll have a hip opener on the right today and a hip opener on the left. So you're going to lie down like you did in bridge pose, feet under your knees. And I want you to take your left leg and just cross your ankle across above your right knee. Now, that might be enough for you to feel that hip opener. You want to feel it on the outside of your left hip. If that's enough, stay there and breathe. If you want a little bit more, send your right leg out parallel with the floor. Reach around, grab the back of your right leg. You might feel that a little bit more intensely. That might be where you are. Of course, your head's down. And you're breathing in and out. If you want more than that, you're going to clasp your hands on your shin, flex your feet. Actually, the only foot that really needs to be flexed is your left foot, the one that's bent over your knee. And then I just want you to breathe in and out here. And you'll feel it in your left hip. And of course, we do both sides. So, that's a figure 4. The first one was called pigeon. They do the same thing for you. Now, oftentimes at this point, we'll come up, and we'll come into a seat, turn, and we'll raise our arms to the sky, and bend your knees a lot here, and then just with a flat back, fold forward. Grab for your feet, or another time that you can use your belt or your strap. Flat back, breathe. As you feel like it, you can start to straighten your legs a little bit more. It's a nice pose. It really works the entire spine. So keep it modified, keep your knees bent, feel that along your back as you breathe in and out. Fancy name, Paschimottanasana, or we call it a seated forward fold. Another thing we might do here is legs up in the air, because you're going to have an inversion that way, where the blood gets a chance to flow down into your organs. This is my favorite inversion. Your legs are right straight up over your hips. Your toes are separated and flexed back towards your face. Your arms are out at the side. Your upper body is relaxed. And you're just breathing here, allowing the blood to flow. It's a nice inversion. It's the one I would recommend. Much later on, you can come into a fancier one. I often choose this one anyway. Now, we have the spinal twist, which just means that you're probably going to extend your left leg. There's variations, but let's do this one. Draw your right leg in, and as you keep your shoulder blades on your mat, go ahead and reach with your left hand for your right outer thigh and just drag your leg across bent. Feel this in your right side body. You want to keep both shoulder blades on the mat, so don't go so far that your right shoulder blade pops up. You're going to breathe in and out here. Going to bring your knee back to center and extend it. And then we go to the other side. Leg in. Nice, slow, long, deep, conscious breaths. Leg across. Left shoulder blade staying on the mat this time. Your head can be straight up, and your neck is nice and long. Your gaze can be up, or it can be out over the extended left arm. Either one. And then we come to the pose that is the easiest to do physically and the hardest to do mentally. It's called Javasana. You get really comfortable. You just, legs are out, arms are out. You lie down like arms to the sides, legs open, everything relaxed, eyes closed, neck long. Big breath in. Big breath out. And then just regular, normal breathing. And here's the thing that's great about Shavasana. You can stay as long as you want. We're probably going to close the class at this point and offer that you pause the video and stay. If you can stay for 10 or 15 minutes, it's a beautiful pose. It helps to reset everything. It's an important pose and you don't want to miss it. Thanks for joining me. You know your basics now.